Well, this one's a fussy cutter's dream. If you like fussy cutting, if you like layers, if you like lots of beautiful colors and lots of beautiful designs, then this 3/4 design paper for you is going to be amazing. Honeyfields, the Give Me More pack, the 12 by 12 paper pack with all of the collection, you so need to go and check it out. So this is the sheet that I'm going to start with today. I'm starting with the one with the wreath on it, and it is the backing sheet. And look at this, isn't it just a gorgeous wreath? Now, to make it actually stand out and be a little bit more prominent and a feature of the layout, I am going to fussy cut around it. I'm using my craft knife because I want to get in nice and close and to the delicate parts, and I want to get as close as I can to keep that filmy, dreamy, like wispy feel of the wreath happening. So it does take time and it does take patience, but if you sharpen your blade by using your knife sharpener, as in your kitchen knife sharpener, it does cut like butter, and it just comes so beautifully through these papers, as you can see, and you just press them out and then you have a nice clean cut from the layout. So I'm just going to go all the way around because I want this wreath to be a part or a feature on the layout, and I actually want it to pop up over the top of my photo when you get to see the final part of the layout. So I'm steadily going around, making sure I get all of that loose, and I cut it out all the way so that I have 3/4 of it there, as you can see. Look how beautiful that is when it's been cut out. Now, that did take time, I'm not going to lie. It's not a quick job. It is a quite fussy part of the process, but well worth the effort. So now I'm cutting my 12 by 12 paper. Yes, I know, this is the only craft in the world where you do it. I'm cutting my 12 by 12 paper into 3 by 3 squares all the way. So I have 4 rows of them. And then I'm going to rebuild the page. Yes, that's right. That's what you do when you have beautiful papers. You cut them up and then you rebuild the page. So I'm distressing each of the edges here just so to add some texture and dimension. This will set up a grid type style in the background, even though it is the same one page. But I need some interest in the background. I just like the texture by distressing it, and I'm only going over it pretty lightly with my distressing tool, and as you can see, the quality of this paper just allows it to go so easily. So I'm just taking you through the process so you see the whole process of how this page comes together, where I distress all 4 edges of all of the paper all the way through. Now, Honeyfields is a great collection from 3/4 Designs. You really want to go and check it out. If you like anything that's got bees or butterflies or florals, perfect for spring, this collection, and the quality of the paper is amazing. So 3/4 Designs, really a place to go check out, and a set of papers that I am sure are going to create some amazing layouts for your albums. So this one is almost ready. I've done 3/4 of the distressing, and as you can see, even though I am distressing quite a lot of paper, there is not that much paper dust collecting, as you can see on my board there. And I'm just making sure, see, I'm in the last row, checking out which row I'm on, and I'm putting it all together so that when I go to rebuild it, it's just easy to collect the pieces and pull them together. Now, I like how this comes together in the end. It really is an effective way, and grids are in at the moment. If you've noticed on scrapbooking, there seems to be a lot of grids in people's designs. So just to add that little bit extra feature and texture to it, I am putting some gathered twigs around each of the edges, and that's going to allow a definite clear definition across the layout, and you will see that when the page is complete. So I'm just quickly going around. Gathered twigs is one of my favorites. It gives a nice heritage feel, it gives a nice vintage feel, it drags a smokiness to your page quite easily, and by distressing each of the edges, I'm really actually going to make them distinctly clear across the layout. Now, as you can see, I'm just cleaning up all that paper fluff, and there's not that much, as I said. Given the amount of distressing I did, I'm actually quite impressed that there's hardly any collected on my board. So take your time, put the effort in, and then you will have a really effective layout in the end. Alright, so now I'm just going to quickly tape them all up, and I'm going to start layering them up. I'm using this daffodil yellow cardstock underneath, and that's going to pick up the yellow from the print in the papers, as you can see here with the florals. And I am just layering them on. There's nothing special about it. It's just taking time and being patient and building again what already exists. So I am slowly going to build it up one step at a time, as you can see, and I like how it's got that distressing with a hint of the little bit of yellow popping out from underneath. So now that I've got the first one in place, I can work my way up the page to fill in the grid, and look at that. Doesn't it look effective? You can see a little peak of yellow through the distressed edges, and the gathered twigs just adds that little bit more texture to the layout. I just like to play with paper. I like to see what you can do with paper just by playing with it, adding a little bit of texture, adding a little bit of distressing, and overall it comes up like quite effective, don't you think? Look at this. It's that piece of paper just put back together, which, you know, it's great as it is, but if you're like me and you like texture and you like detail, this is a simple way of adding it without actually having to lose any of the effect of the paper. And I have now completed that grid, and there's the peak of the yellow, which just complements what's on the page. I'm going to fussy cut out this frame. So this is on the extra piece that you get inside your kit, where you get all your fussy cut elements, and this frame is a very cute frame. It's a very vintagey type frame, and I'm just going to fussy cut around the outside. Remember, when you're using circles, you're moving the paper, not the scissors. And yes, I cut with my left hand even though I'm right-handed. I know, it's a little bit strange. See, and now I swap back to the right hand for my blade. So tell me how that works, people. I don't know, but that's how it's always been for me. So I'm just cleaning up that, and now that frame is sitting there. The next one I want is one of these nameplate frames, which I'm fussy cutting out, and I will use my scissors to go around this one because it is a little bit more cleaner and just gets me closer to the edges with the curves in there. The last thing I will do is I'm going to take out the center because I want part of the paper to show through instead of that white space. Now, I could have left that white space there and use it as a journal point, but I actually want this as a feature on the layout. Now, this cut apart card here I am going to use as a layer on the layout. And I am going to use that word as a feature. So look at that. It's going to sit in underneath that wreath, and my photo is going to tuck in underneath that title. So that's a photo of my daughter and her husband in the gardens at Lura. It was an optical illusion where we were looking in the mirror, and it looks like you're just hanging in the garden. So it's very effective. I am now fussy cutting around the fence posts here, and that's because I want the wreath to sit in behind. I don't want to lose the fence. I don't want to lose that overall appeal of it. So I'm just going to fussy cut around it and lift it up, and then I will tuck in the wreath ends so that it goes down in behind and looks like it's part of the overall design of which we want it to do. So I fussy cut on that side, and then I have added that in. Now that wreath is popped up a little. Well, I haven't actually added it in at the moment, I don't believe, at this stage. I think I still need to do that. I am just inking the edges of the fussy cut florals that I have done. Oh, that's it. I didn't think the the wreath was in. I knew I had something to do. I'm inking the edges of the wreath, so it's taking away the white core when you fussy cut something, and it just allows that to blend beautifully with the rest of the layout. Now I am being a little bit careful because it is a little fragile and you don't want to damage that wreath, because look how beautiful it is. It's just so gorgeous, and it has got so much detail that I didn't want to lose any of that as I'm working it. So I'm being very, very careful, and I will use foam behind it to make it pop up off the background, because I don't want it to be flat. I want it to have a bit of dimension. So now that I've done that, I can go back to my layering card, because I want this title to go over the top of the photo. So that's just taking a little bit of extra time here to fussy cut that. And you know, that's just me. Like, you didn't have to do that. You could just put it straight down and just have the photo over it. But I find that if I fussy cut the pieces that I like from my papers or the backgrounds, it allows for a little bit of extra detail to the layout that could be missed. So as you can see, the word there, beauty, now sits perfectly on that layout. Now that's not straight, hello, but that's okay. That's me. I don't always do everything straight, because I don't get the ruler out and make sure that's straight. I probably should, but I don't. Just show you what the everyday scrapbooker does. That's me. I'm the everyday scrapbooker. I'm not the perfect scrapbooker, but I do love to play. So I'm loving how this looks now. I'm thinking this is coming together quite nicely. I'm going to tuck that wreath in behind that there to give it that little bit of extra dimension. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's just so pretty. That wreath, I'm just going to cut around here so I can go around that photo and it all fit into place. So you can see on the back here, I actually didn't pop it. I thought I did. No, I haven't. I've just gone flat. So all of these pieces I'm gluing down so that they're not sticking up and catching on the layout, and that's really important too, because you don't want to tear anything when you're doing delicate work like this. You want it all to be nice and adhered so that there aren't any sticky uppy bits, and the sticky uppy bits can't get caught when you go to put it into an album. So making sure that it's all got adhesive on the back makes a big difference. So I'm tucking that down there in behind the fence post, and then I'm going to tuck that in behind that layering card and over the photo, and it's just building it all up and bringing it together. And that's just the little points of detail which are really important when you're doing this type of design work or layout creation. You want everything to just flow perfectly, and I'm okay with the fact that there are pieces that overflow the edge, because I will cut those down, but I just want the bulk of that wreath tucked in behind that fence, as you can see, so that it looks like the florals are coming up and over like an arch. So look at that. Isn't that just stunning? And look, blue and yellow, you can't go wrong. Like, those colors are just screaming spring to me. They are just perfect. And the little hints of white, love, love, love it. All right, now I'm going to put the frame in under here, because that's going to allow me to build a cluster. Now I was contemplating the floral going over the top, but I didn't think about that when I first put it down, so I'm just going to let that sit as it is. I'm going to put the little nameplate down there like I said, and I want that to have that peekaboo through so you can see that background paper as well. And now I can start using all the little bit of extra pieces that I've cut out to start building up my layers. Now I've got these tiny little blue ones, yellow ones up the top, like they're flyaways, so I'm going to leave those in the top corner. I am going to cut out a few more. I want the butterflies, because there's butterflies in the layout, and then I'm going to add some more florals into that bottom cluster, because that's going to fill that frame and also draw your eye down and around the layout. So it just takes a little bit of time to work out how you're going to build up your layouts, but don't be afraid to play. Try things out, audition them on your layout. It all comes down to preference, and your preference is what matters the most. You're making the layout for you and your family to enjoy, and being afraid to experiment, don't do it. Have a go. I can only encourage you to have a go. All right, so I'm just fussy cutting around the butterflies, and now I can actually start layering up. And this looks really cool when it is finished, and I love that even though the papers were like, they're artworks in themselves, you've just got beautiful artwork in these papers. The fact that you can layer up and cover up, and it's something that I've had to learn to do. I used to struggle with very artsy papers, very dramatic papers, papers that have so much creativity already on them, and being wise and confident enough to cover them up and build them up and layer them and overlap, that takes practice. Don't be afraid to have a go, and just remember that there are no wrong ways. You're only going to be different, that's all, and being different is okay, especially if that suits your design and what you want. So I've just auditioning, as you can see here, different ways for this to sit on the page and layer up my clusters, how I'm going to not overtake that photo but incorporate it a little bit better. And I'm just contemplating all the extra pieces that I may or may not want to include. I do want to include this washi strip. I think that washi strip is a great landing point for the cluster, and so I am going to add that into the layout, and that's going to help draw it together. And I'm also going to fussy cut this little heart out, and that's going to be another feature for that cluster. And given that it's my daughter with her husband, that's perfect with the heart. And look at that, now I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident with that cluster there, and it's looking more like it's part of the garden as opposed to an extra add-on. It will be fun to, you know, like, you can just keep layering, as I can say, like, it will be fun. You will see it's fun. When I go off screen in a moment just to adhere it all into place, I come back and you see that it's all back and down, and it looks so fun, and lots of ideas come together. So there's my layout. I am happy with it. I'm going to do the finishing touches. This is what people always ask, what are my finishing touches? Well, Nuvo dots are definitely one of my finishing touches. I just add that little bit there to set up that visual triangle, which is really important when you have a busy layout like this, so that your eye is drawn around the layout. And I like that they're peeking out from the garden. It just looks like that photo is a natural piece of that whole layout. You can see all the layered up flowers, the popped up pieces, so that the dimensions are in there. That wreath is just stunning. You need to have that wreath in your collection, don't you? All right, everybody, so this is it. That's a wrap. There's my layout. I'm hoping that I've done something to earn a thumbs up. Really, thumbs up, people. That's what we want. That's what YouTube wants. Let me see that you like what I've done. I love it. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? It's so romantic. This is Honeyfields. You want to go and check it out, people. Anywhere that sells 3/4 designs will have this. You do not want to miss out. So once again, this is a creative team layout, and that's a wrap, and I'll be back with my next one very, very soon. Stay creative. Don't forget my thumbs up and a hype if you're on a digital device. And if you're new to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. Here's my next video for you. Go watch it now. I'll see you there real soon.